Hi everyone! In today's episode we are going to explore the Vrana Palace and the park around it. The estate was created as a residence of the former Bulgarian royal family. During the monarchy times, the garden was maintained as a botanical garden and there was a zoo with exotic animals. Today it's just a regular park in the suburbs of Sofia. During the Ottoman rule, this place belonged to the Turkish governor of that time. And as soon as Bulgaria was liberated from the Ottoman rule, the real estate was purchased by King Ferdinand, and the palace was established in 1904. And he was wondering what to name it. And because he couldn't think of anything original, he decided to name it after the first bird that lands in front of him. And the bird was a crow, Vrana in Bulgarian. So this is how the palace got its name. In 1918, Vrana passed from Tsar Ferdinand to Boris III. This is the place where he faced the new government after the military coup in 1923. In 1943, Vrana became the property of Simeon II. After the eradication of the monarchy, Vrana was taken by the communists, and when the communist regime ended, the palace was returned to the last king, Simeon Saxo-Borgota. Look at those roots. Vrana has more than 400 plant species and you can see some remarkable trees. Actually, the park looks like a botanic garden that has been neglected for a while and it needs a bit of landscape work and maintenance to rejuvenate again. The family of Simeon had to go to Spain during the communist regime. They returned after the fall of communism, and this is actually where they live. They currently live in Vrana in one of the buildings, and the park is open to the public only during the weekends and national holidays. It's very easy to get here. You can pick bus 505 from the Eagles Bridge. And in about 20 minutes you will arrive here. The park is quite big, so you can spare 2-3 hours to walk around. You can see the palace, the lake with the lilies, and just walk around. I think there are some horse stables. I'm not sure if they have some horses in them. I'll check a little bit later. But that's it. I mean, if you want to discover a new place, this is a cool place to see. This narrow path will lead you to the grave of King Boris III. He died in 1943 and he was initially buried at the Rila monastery, but later on Simeon moved his father's grave to Vrana. One of the pleasant spots to hang around is the lake with the lilies. An interesting fact about our last monarch, Simeon Saxo-Borgota, is that he was the premier of Bulgaria between 2001 and 2005. The Vrana complex includes a park, a farm, artificial lakes, and 2 connected buildings. The first one was constructed in 1904 as a 2-story hunting lodge. This is where the former royal family lives. And the second building was erected between 1909 and 1912. I sincerely hope that one day it will be open to the public. This is the back of the palace, and the smaller building just ahead is the hunting lodge. In the building just across, you can see the horse stables. I was curious about Vrana because this was my first time visiting, but now that I've seen it, I don't think I would go back. There is an entrance fee of 5 leva for adults, which is 2 euros 50, and it's not about the money, but when you pay you kind of expect to see something more, or at least to be able to enter the palace. So if you pay this entrance fee just to walk around the garden, at least the grass and plants should be maintained. As you can see, this is just an ordinary garden, which is not any different to the public parks in the city center, where you don't even need to pay. The only advantage is that the park is not very crowded and it's relatively clean.